I'm Zaccura and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I've got a watercolor illustration process. Nothing really all that special, I guess, but after doing all that digital art hardcore for a week straight for all those draw this in your style pieces I did, I figured it'd be nice to chill out with a good old full-size, colorful watercolor illustration. And oh look, I finally got a kneaded eraser! Woohoo! So constantly working with these novelty erasers on my pencil can be a bit of a pain in the butt, not only because of the weird shapes, but also because they produce so much eraser shaving mess all over my desk. I constantly have to wipe it and clean it and stuff, so I finally decided to give kneaded erasers another shot. Yes, I actually did try kneaded erasers in the past, but I did not have a great experience with them. I think it may have been my own fault. Like, I don't know, it just got like really dried out, I guess, maybe because I wasn't kneading it enough. And then after a while, like, it would start whatever pencil was on the eraser would, like, the graphite would start to go back onto the paper, and then like a layer of the eraser would come off with it and seal the smudge on the paper, so I couldn't even get it off. So it was a bit of a tragedy. And so after that I stopped using them. But I mean, in the artist community, everyone hypes the kneaded erasers so much, so I figured, okay, I gotta give it another try. And from what I've seen from this particular eraser so far for this illustration, it worked beautifully. Like, there were no problems with it, and it was pretty cool to not have to worry about eraser shavings. So once the sketch was done, it was time to pull out ye olde beloved dip pen. I love my dip pen. So as you could already gather, this illustration is of a little house that's built right on the edge of a cliff. And the inspiration was really just that I wanted to paint a scene with a lot of background, in particular open sky, because I wanted to do some unrestricted watercolor painting, you know, no sketch or line work back there, just paint. So after trying out like so many different ideas for what to put in the foreground and just really not liking any of them, I ended up going with this house. But more than just having this house on a cliff, I wanted some more story, I guess. I just really love scenery art that is detailed in a way that you could stare at it and come up with your own story as to what is going on. So figuring that whoever lives in this house probably doesn't have that easy access to a supermarket or really civilization at all, I put a little vegetable garden up there, and I also decided to add a second layer to the cliff where there is a cave and have this rope ladder coming down from the porch that leads down to the cave level. Yeah, I wonder who or what lives down there. And this whole illustration was kind of sticking to a pretty cartoony style. I don't know, I don't know why, but I've just been into the cartoony style with my characters and stuff. And I have no idea if those stilts are structurally sound. Probably not. Sorry. Whoever lives in this house surely does like living on the edge. Thank you. I'm here every Sunday. So a little while back, I actually got a big fat number 14 round watercolor brush and never had a chance to try it out until this time. This is my very first professional grade brush I've ever owned. I've always only ever used kid brushes that come in those big packs, and the water brush that comes with the Koi watercolor set, which is a good brush, at least in my opinion. I haven't really used anything else. But I wanted to invest in a nice larger brush because sometimes I struggle with filling in large areas with the little water brush, and so I went out on a bit of a limb and got this one, which is by Grumbatcher, if that's how you pronounce it. Not sponsored. I didn't really do any research on the brand, but I had seen some artists use them in videos, and I was in store and had a coupon, so yeah, I figured let's give it a try. And my gosh, I have been missing out big time. I didn't really think a brush could make that big of a difference in the painting process. I mean, I am I'm pretty simple when it comes to my tools. As long as the thing ain't like shedding and it's somewhat holding its shape, then it's all good. But wow, okay. So with this brush, it holds the paint so well, like it just sops it all up, but then at the same time it lets go of all the paint perfectly onto the paper. The bristles are soft and yet return to its shape perfectly without a single hair out of place. I mean, as someone who has never touched a brush of this grade, it's like it feels like magic. It's like such a pleasure to paint with, and man, I am like way overhyping this thing. It's just a brush, but wow, I've been missing out. As I already mentioned before, I wanted to do some unrestricted watercolor painting for the background, and so that's what you see me doing here. I didn't sketch anything out because I didn't know how to sketch clouds properly anyway, so I just went in and just started painting. However, now that I'm thinking about it, did I do the shading colors correctly? Like, should the purple be on the bottom of the clouds like I did, or on the top of the clouds? I'm not actually sure. I didn't use any reference, so it might be a bit inaccurate, possibly. Also, I felt I may have fallen into the trap of over-rendering a bit when it came to the clouds. I feel it would have been nicer if the clouds weren't as, like, smooth as the end result is. I think it would have had more oomph if I had left the clouds to have some more shape in them, but I don't know. I thought it turned out okay regardless. When it came to everything else, aka the foreground, I wanted everything in the foreground to be very dark and desaturated because it would be if it was during this type of time of day, but I was finding it a little difficult to get that look while just using the color straight from the pans like I always do, so I, mixed some colors. Whoa, what? Zaccura actually mixing her watercolors before putting them on the paper? I know, I'm just full of surprises. But yeah, if you guys know me, I usually ain't got the patience to mix colors. I usually do all the mixing directly on the paper because I'm lazy. But this time I made my own shadow color. I'm leveling up slowly, guys. Leveling up. Though in the end, not sure if the color is quite right. I think it would have been better with a little more purple and a little less blue, because I feel everything looks pretty blue. At least in real life, I feel the camera makes it look kind of better. So overall, I'm pretty happy with how this piece turned out, but I can't help but feel like there's something missing from it, but I'm not really sure what. I thought about adding some birds flying in the background, but I chickened out because I was afraid of messing up and ending up with a bunch of black smudges. So, whatever. Maybe this could be a drawing in a series of drawings that add to this whole scene and reveal more of this story, so that way the fact that this one feels like something is missing is fine, because that missing thing could be in a different illustration. Whatever the heck it is. I don't know what I'm talking about. But it is an interesting idea. What do you guys think about this illustration? Let me know, and let me know what do you think the story is. What's up with the cave and the house built right on a cliff? Not exactly the safest of locations. If you did enjoy this video in any way, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell to stay notified for when I upload. I make new videos every week, usually uploading on Sundays. If you want to follow me on social media, all the links to that are in the description box where you can follow me for daily updates. And until next time, stay awesome, stay inspired, always. See ya!